Oh, what is good, everybody, man? It's your boy, Jay in the building, and we is back again with another video. Now, before we get this video started, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys share this video, man. We got some real-life football this coming weekend, man. We have a real-life game, like a game that counts. We have the SWAC and MEAC Challenge, man. We have South Carolina State versus Jackson State. Big game, big first game for both teams, man. Now, I figured before I even get to like who I think is gonna win, man, or even like give like keys to the game or whatever, I figured I give like a game summary, right? So hold on. Now before we get this video started, man, hold on. So check this out, y'all. I'm on that Madden 24. I've been playing it all weekend. So listen, if ever y'all feeling froggy, y'all let me know what's up. And cross play is in effect, so it don't matter what system. Bring it if you with that smoke. All right, so check this out. All right, so this game, right? I think Jackson State is coming into this game as the favorite. I think on paper they have the better team. On paper, I think for South Carolina State though, I think they're coming in as the more confident team, as the more comfortable team. I think with what happened 2 years ago, they still have some of the players from 2 years ago that I'm sure that they're feeling pretty confident about this game. They're walking into the same city, same state that they beat Jackson State at 2 years ago. So listen, I can only imagine what their mindset is coming into this game. I can imagine what Coach Poe had them already told them in the locker room. And check this out, right, for a stat, right? So from what I saw, since the year 2000, the MEAC is 48-30 against the SWAC. And what's an even crazier stat is that Jackson State has lost 3 games straight against the MEAC. Last time they won was in 2018 versus FAMU, and that was when FAMU was still in the MEAC, right? So let's get it going for a minute. All right, so when it comes to South Carolina State, the formula that they use to beat Jackson State, they got to use that exact same formula. Defense and being well balanced on offense. In that game, right, I think defensively what they did so well is not only cause a lot of pressure on Shedeur Sanders, but they made Jackson State into a one-dimensional team. Like, they only rushed the ball, I think, probably 20 yards, probably 30 yards maybe, but around there, it was no more than 30 yards. So they really turned Jackson State into a passing team, and that pass rush was getting there. And one thing about South Carolina State, right, is that they were very creative when it came to calling plays on defense because you didn't know where the blitzing was coming from. Listen, I've seen Kobe Durant get a sack. You know what I'm saying? So, they don't mind blitzing their corners. They blitz their safeties often. It's just so creative how South Carolina State was calling their plays on that specific on that game, because it was amazing to see. Like, Jackson State didn't look like an offensive team at all. Looked completely different. So with South Carolina State, they're gonna have to use that same formula. Win time of possession, be a well-balanced team. To be honest with you, and listen, I know Corey Fields is a graduating senior. You know what I'm saying? This is his last year. Listen, he threw 4 touchdowns in the Celebration Bowl. I get that, right? The more You got to minimize his throws in this game. I think you got to minimize his throws. I think Corey Fields, he is who he is at this point, and what I've grown accustomed to with Corey is that he's very inconsistent. What I mean by that is there's way too many games where he's below 50% completion percentage, where he's at 50. I don't know too many. I can't count on my hands how many games that he's been where he's been at least 60%. It's not too many games like that within the past 2 or 3 years. It's not too many of those. So for this team, and there's no Shaq Davis, there's no Wolverine. So we are going to find out who his go-to receivers are, like in real time. So I think the best thing for South Carolina State in order to win this game is to run the ball. Stay within the game plan. Listen, whether you're down by 7, down by 14, hell, down by 21, don't panic. Don't step away from the game plan to turn one-dimensional. Unless you really, really have to. Because you got to remember, 60 minutes. It's a long look. Football games are very long, man. As long as you stick within the game plan, something is gonna happen. Unless of course the O-line ain't blocking and whatever game plan you had ain't working. So you gotta improvise. So that's the thing that South Carolina State is gonna have to do this game. But now I will say this though. All 4 of Corey Fields' touchdowns in that game, they were all in man coverage. Jackson State was in man coverage every time on all 4 of those touchdown passes. Now, I don't know how much man coverage they're going to do this year because I'll be honest with you. In the last 2 years, Jackson State probably played more man coverage than anybody in the country. More than anybody. And I think they were that arrogant that it's my DBs versus your receivers, and I believe our DBs is better than your receivers. And they have not lost a SWAT game with that formula, to be honest with you. Now, there were times where, listen, and I always say this, a great pass rush followed by a good secondary play is a really, really, really good marriage. You know what I'm saying? You can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? So it's real important that Jackson State and their secondary comes to play in this game along with their pass rush. Now for Jackson State, speaking of that, you gotta start off fast. You gotta start off quick. That tempo gotta be up. Your intensity gotta be on a beam. Cause remember, to be honest with you, I think Jackson State has more pressure on them to win this game than South Carolina State, and I don't think that's like a hot take or whatever. I think Black Twitter, I think HBCU football Twitter is going to absolutely kill Jackson State if they lose this game. They're going to kill Jackson State if they lose this game. So yeah, I do believe Jackson State is favored to win, and there's a lot of pressure on Jackson State. Because check this out. After South Carolina State, then you got FAMU. Then after FAMU, then you have Southern. So their first 3 games of the season are very, 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 very crucial for Jackson State. So it's important for them to have a tone set and to set it early. If Jason Brown is your guy, hey, let him rock out. You know what I'm saying? Listen, and attack that secondary. Their powerful unit is on that front line, in the front 4, in the front 6. So I'm real interested to see what Jackson State offensive line looks like and how they hold up. Because let me tell you this, if they don't hold up against that vicious defensive line, it's going to be problems for Jackson State. So if you got to have DJ Stevens as the extra blocker, if you need a running back as an extra blocker, do what you have to do. But you better make sure that you have some protection for Jason Brown, because that front seven or front six for South Carolina State is nothing to joke about. They're nothing to play with. I think they're very vicious, and I do believe they're coming. Now with Jackson State, don't be afraid to attack their secondary. Outside of Jalen Evans, everybody else is pretty much new. I hear about Malcolm McGee. I heard he's pretty solid. So we're more likely going to see him. Outside of that, everybody, there's going to be 2 or 3 other people, and that secondary is going to be new because we all know, look, everybody plays the 4-2-5 now, right? Everybody plays the 4-2-5, so you're going to have 5 guys in the secondary. So I'm interested to see who the cornerbacks are going to be for South Carolina State. And, and for Jackson State in that defense, you want to turn Corey Fields into a passer. You want to make him throw the ball 30 to 35 times because you know that he's going to throw it up for grabs. He's going to throw it up. The thing is, though, I don't want to see y'all in man coverage all game. That's what I saw from y'all all last year, and luckily it didn't burn y'all a lot except for when it came to the Celebration Bowl games. When it came to the last game of the season, for some reason, y'all just got burnt on defense. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see y'all just mix it up a little bit. Try listen, I don't mind the cover zeros in there, but throwing some zone blitzes at times. You know what I'm saying? The blitzes could come from the secondary. Shoot, you can have both linebackers blitzing and both DNs dropping back. That would be cool to see. But listen, on defense, man, just mix it up on defense. Make Corey Fields guess. Like, have him guessing in real time. So just turn Corey Fields into a passer. Make sure you guys stop the run. And that Jackson State defense is going to be good to go. But Jackson State secondary should be solving at the mouth because a pick or two is coming. Y'all got to be ready to catch it. But I am excited for this game, man. Now, I do believe Jackson State is going to win this game. Just because I think on paper, I think as a collective unit, I think they're a better team collectively. But once again, damn near everybody is new. So I don't know how they're gonna mess with each other versus another opponent. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see. Very interesting. I'm excited to see it. Very, very excited to see it, man. And listen, my Saturday night is completely filled up. I'll be playing Madden in the morning. I got my battle rap. I got Summer Madness. I got my battle rap in the afternoon, heading into the nighttime, where it leads to the football game. I think that's coming on at like 6 or 7 o'clock over here. So I'm excited. My Saturday night is completely filled up, and I can't wait for it, man. So listen, we got week 0 on the way, man. Listen, once again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys share this video, man. I appreciate y'all's support, man. We out.